everybody! My name is Jaya, as you know by now, your maternity community champion from the Goulburn Venture Centre. Today is a bit of an unusual session because Phoenix has just finished recording with me and he wanted more stories. Yes, he did. So I have a couple of stories here for you that I'm going to use. I'm going to not memorise them, I'll read them from the book. But you'll still find them fun, I'm sure. So let's kick off with the hello song. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Hello everyone. Hello everyone. Hello everyone. It's time to say hello. Hello.
Phoenix.
Hello everyone. Hello everyone. It's time to say hello. Hello. Alright, so Phoenix's first choice was Hamilton's hats. Hamilton's hats. Hamilton the pig was very fond of hats. He had big hats, small hats, tall hats, floppy hats, stripy hats, feathery hats, a suitable hat for every and any occasion sort of hats. In fact, he had so many hats, you would need more than all your fingers and your toes to count them. That's right. When Hamilton, the pig's mum, saw Hamilton messing around in his hats, looking in the mirror, she was quite worried. Hamilton, she would say, you are a very, very little pig, and I don't know what is to become of you. You have many lessons to learn in life, and you will learn none of them from hats. But Hamilton did not listen. He was too busy tipping his hat, cocking it, raising it, straightening it, and doing all the things you would do with hats. What else is he doing with his hat, Phoenix?
Going in the hat, like that.
Is he balancing his hat?
Yes.
One day, Hamilton the pig was out and about when he bumped into a giraffe. Hamilton was wearing a tall hat, teetering, high as a chimney sort of hat. My hat makes me almost as tall as you, he said to the giraffe. The giraffe snorted and with one fell swoop stretched up, snatched the hat and flipped it onto her head. Indeed, a very fine hat, she said, ignoring the hot, cross piglet below. I should like to keep it for myself. But if you're really determined to get your hat back, you must climb up my long, long neck to get it. Hamilton looked up at the giraffe's long, long neck and her long, long legs. It is not easy for little pigs to climb, but Hamilton did want his hat back, and so he decided to do it. It was horrid. The giraffe kept wriggling her neck because she said Hamilton was so tickly. But Hamilton was determined, and so at last he got his hat. Whee! He cried as he slid down the back of the giraffe's neck and bumped onto the ground. I'm a very determined little pig, and I have my
Hat.
The next day, Hamilton the pig was out and about when he came across a crocodile. Hamilton was wearing a fierce, pointy, snap your tail off sort of hat. My hat makes me almost as fierce as you, he said to the crocodile. The crocodile yawned. And with a quick slurpity slurp, snaffled the hat deep inside his mouth. Indeed, a very handsome hat. I should like to eat it for my dinner, drawled the crocodile, ignoring the raging pink piglet. But if you're really brave enough to get your hat back, you must come inside my hungry, hungry jaws to get it. Whoa. Hamilton looked at the crocodile's hungry jaws and his hungry smile. It is not easy for little pigs to jump inside a crocodile's mouth, but Hamilton did want his hat back, and so he decided to do it. It was terrifying. The crocodile kept licking his lips because he said Hamilton was tasty. But Hamilton was brave, and so at last he got his hat. Hurrah! He shouted as he leapt off the crocodile's tongue and ran off as fast as he could. I'm a very determined and brave pig. I have my hat back. The next day, Hamilton the pig was out and about when he met a band of monkeys. Hamilton was wearing a round, bouncy, let's play catch sort of hat. My hat makes me almost as playful as you, he said to the band of monkeys. The monkeys laughed. And with a quick flick of a tail, the monkey swooped the hat and threw it to his friend. Indeed, a very fun hat. We should play with it every day, cried the monkeys, ignoring the angry piggy in the middle. But if you're patient, you can have it back when we're finished. Hamilton watched the monkeys throw his hat high, throw his hat low, into the air. It's not easy for little pigs to be patient, but Hamilton did want his hat back, and so he decided to wait. Poor Hamilton. It was boring. The monkeys played for hours because they said it was such fun teasing Hamilton. But Hamilton was patient, and so in the end he got his hat. At last, he sighed as he said goodbye to the monkeys and plodded off. I am a very determined, brave and patient pig. I have my hat. The next day it was cold. Pardon, Phoenix? Catty hat. The next day it was cold. Hamilton the pig was out and about as usual when he spied a tiny mouse. Hamilton was wearing a soft, teeny, let's cuddle up sort of hat. My hat makes me almost as small as you, he said to the mouse. The tiny mouse sniffled and looked up at the hat. A slow, miserable tear rolled down her cheek. What's the matter? Asked Hamilton. I'm cold and I have no house to live in. Your hat looks so cuddly and warm. It would be just the thing to curl up inside on a winter's night. You want to sleep in my hat? Squealed Hamilton, horrified. Oh no, said the tiny mouse. I couldn't possibly ask you to be so kind to give me your hat. Hamilton looked at the mouse as she limped unhappily away. It is not easy for little pigs to be so generous, and Hamilton did not want to give his hat away, but he decided to do it. It was nice. The mouse kept shaking his hand and saying thank you because she said Hamilton was so kind. Ah, said Hamilton, I am a very determined, brave, patient and kind pig, but I have no hat. So happy, hungry and hatless, Hamilton the pig arrived home and set to work on a new and very special hat.
Hatty hat.
Hatty hat. Okay guys, that's the end of Hamilton's hats. And now Phoenix wants to read Looking After Little Ellie by Dosh and Mike Archer. I didn't tell you about the Hamilton's hats author. That's Martin Osborne and Axel Scheffler. So the next book is called Looking After Little Ellie by Dosh and Mike Archer. When Flora rang to ask us to come and look after little Ellie, we said yes. You have to help your friends. It was the first time we had looked after Ellie. Flora said she would be back soon, but when Ellie heard her mum leave, she got a bit upset. So we did our best to cheer her up. We gave her some lunch, changed her nappy, and took her to the park. We played on the swing and the seesaw. We sang for her and danced for her, and then she had a nap. She looked really sweet when she was asleep. Then it was time to go home. When she got back, Flora said, I hope she hasn't been any trouble. Not a bit, we said, and we kissed Ellie goodbye. It's been a big day, but we don't mind after all. She's just a little baby.
No, you have to eat the caca.
Oh. Did I miss a bit?
Yes.
Where's the caca one? Oh. Oh, and they changed her nappy. Oh, we missed quite a lot, didn't we?
Yes.
Oh, shall we start again?
Yes.
Looking after little Ellie. Looking after little Ellie. When Flora rang to ask us to come and look after little Ellie, we said yes. You have to help your friends. It was the first time we had looked after little Ellie. Flora said she would be back soon, but when her mum left, little Ellie got a bit upset. So we did our best to cheer her up. We gave her some lunch, changed her nappy. Did I do that right, Lily?
No, it.
Eh?
There is not one.
Changed her nappy and took her to the park, played on the swing and the seesaw. What else did they do? We sang for her and danced for her, and then she had a nap. She looked really sweet when she was asleep. Then it was time to go home. When she got back, Flora said, I hope she hasn't been too much trouble. Not a bit, we said, and we kissed Ellie goodbye. It's been a big day, but we don't mind. After all, she's just a little baby. Happy, Lily?
Yes.
Okay.
I want more books.
Oh my goodness, more books? Does it ever end? Does the reading ever end? Does the reading ever end? Does it ever end, Lily?
No.
It's a good thing that we like reading in this house. So I'll have to read Phoenix some more stories after this, after we say goodbye.